People are sending their kids to school not potty trained.
The growing debate in Pasco County schools of the question, should students be separated if they're not potty trained? District.
Y'all hear that?
Yep. Don't be sitting your little piss pot next to my son. Y'all ain't about to derail what I taught him.
No diapers in kindergarten, so we're going to continue.
Leaders say more kids are actually showing up to kindergarten not ready, and they're making it clear teachers won't be changing diapers. Tampa Bay 28 Pasco reporter Eric Waxler with both sides tonight.
We will be taking that.
Pasco County Superintendent John Legg brought up the issue at this week's school board meeting.
However, it is not the kindergartners' teachers' responsibility to be changing diapers for kindergartners.
He says it's a growing problem, not just in Pasco County. Since COVID, he tells me more and more kids are starting school without being potty trained.
Now, mind you, they're not talking about kids with special needs. They're talking about the regular kindergarten classroom. These are not children with IEPs. These are not children who are in the special education program, because that's a whole separate situation. These are kids that are in the normal kindergarten class that are coming to school in a diaper. Just want to make sure we're clear with that, because we definitely had a video last week where we had a special education classroom where there was stuff going on. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about kids who don't have IEPs, kids who do not have special needs, regular kindergarten class pulling up and their parents have them in a diaper.
Well, it ain't that. You talking about kids that's old enough to say, teacher, come wipe my ass.
Yeah. I mean, that just basically it says a lot about the parents, doesn't it? Like
they're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
You know they're gonna go. You already know they go. This is in Tampa, Florida man. Okay.
Understand accidents happen, but the problem is it can't be a chronic issue in the classroom where the teacher is expected to accommodate the bathroom needs and pull-ups and diapers of kindergartners.
At the beginning of the school year, the superintendent says they were getting reports that just about every elementary school had 10 or so kids that were not able to use the bathroom independently. That's why the district now has a plan in place requiring students to be potty trained if they want to start school. He adds that this does not include developmentally delayed students.
We have specialized classrooms that are there that have the proper training, the proper support systems in order to help those students that are developmentally delayed.
I work with all spectrums.
Jessica Silber runs Elevate Advocate and is a parent to a son with autism. She tells me Pasco's policy should follow federal and state guidelines that all other options be looked at before putting kids in non-traditional classrooms.
That to me instantly signals restrictive environments and placing students inappropriately in a program that they might not need only because they are not potty trained.
So let me break that down for you. What she said is, my kid has autism. Your kid needs to be potty trained. Don't bring your unpotty trained kid in my kid's autism class, because they are not the same. You need to train your child to use the bathroom, is what she's saying. My kid needs help in other areas, which is why they have these programs. Just to break that down, what she means by that. Don't take the funds because you don't want to potty train your kid. That's how that translates to me. What do y'all think? Right. Do y'all just hear that?
I think if little Joey and them still peeing their pants in kindergarten, the parents should go to jail. That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
I think
that's neglect in my book.
Oh my gosh.
You got a kid that's verbal that can actually tell you, I gotta go potty, and they just sitting there talking about and pissing themselves. Junior,
well, you already know some manipulation can occur with some students anyway. Oh, you want me to go sit down? Yeah. Little Pee-wee, little OG.
Right. All that. Meanwhile, I'm calling the mother, yes. Oh, and I'm putting her on speaker. Did you know your son is in here pissing his pants in front of everybody? I'm gonna embarrass
he does that when he gets upset and makes you wipe him up.
So he gets mad at you guys and just piss themselves. Sounds like model parenting to me. This next call is gonna be the CPS. You guys are allowing some bullshit to go on, and The problem is
Actually,
you already know
it's
what's going
child
on.
shit. It's not bullshit. It's child shit. But
No.
right, this development versus environment is what we talking about, right? So the pediatric guidelines that we talk about when it comes to this kind of thing kind of expects the daytime toilet training, right? We're not talking about nighttime because that might be a whole different beast for some people. They can't wake up. But it's between 3 and 4 for most kids. And it might be even earlier if you put a kid in daycare, right? Your 1-year-old need to wipe his ass.
They say by 2, baby, they should be potty trained. It's crazy work.
And kids like kindergarten, what, like 5, maybe 5 years old?
6, 5 and 6.
Yeah.
And and having no training at all in that whole time is definitely a red flag. And it either kind of shows about support gaps or developmental issues. And this is where we're coming into play with this. Is it one or the other? Or is this our new normal now where parents are just sitting kids in these, and really like you go from diapers to pull-ups, and they never used to have pull-ups back in the day, right? You had diapers and then you skip, and when you turn 80, you get the pins. So like that's really what it was. But now you got diapers that look like underwear half the time. So when it becomes common, though, it signals that households and early childhood systems are really overwhelmed or checked out. Right? I don't know if you can teach them potty training from an iPad. Probably could, but you need to put that on that damn iPad.
I know for like therapy, like OTs and therapies and stuff like that, they have like Daniel Tiger and some of those things that like talk about potty and stuff like that. So they do have programs where it teaches them those things. Here's my thing. I'm all for what you said. My thing's what she just said. She don't want to share funding. She don't want to share funding. Here's my thing. If your kid can't go to the bathroom, we should not be like, oh, we're not gonna make them get an IEP. Then they should have a plan. You want to put everybody else in a box. Now your kid's in the pee box. Your kid has no, for real. Because the thing is, they have to go get an education. And obviously they need to be in a classroom that's going to teach them potty training. If you're not, because they're still going to have to be a successful person in this world, which means they're behind at some point.
But
they're still behind.
You can't expect for essentially the government to teach your kid how to pee in a coffee can or
where are you going? Where they going? But okay, so what you want them to do? You want them to just
go home
in class
and learn how to go home and potty train.
What
Parenting
happens
has to start somewhere. You like, babe. You
work in the school system. How many of these parents, when you go and send them home, the parents actually did somewhere they just didn't even care and just let that kid be what they gonna be?
Man, listen, I watched parents give up on kids as early as first grade, kindergarten, first grade.
So forget that kid. What you saying?
Yeah, I've seen kids go to first grade, and immediately the teacher saying, you need to take his ass back to kindergarten because he don't know this, he don't know this, he don't know this. Now all of a sudden the parent becomes an advocate, and that's that parent you see every day hanging up at the school because he or she didn't have a damn job from the get-go. So they could have been teaching their kid a lot of the stuff that they didn't know, but they were just chilling. They were just at the house watching the damn stories or whatever they were doing, or inviting over whoever they can invite over when little homeboy went off to wherever school you sent them to. And you was expecting the teacher to teach everything.
But you still have to flag that kid as something, though. Am I wrong? Like, you still flagging that kid.
They flag. You know what I'm saying?
You still flag that kid.
Okay.
Oh no, that's when that file start getting written. That's when that parent get called in for that meeting, and you telling them, listen, I had to put in here, Thursday at 2:30, little Timmy said suck his wee and pissed in the plants.
Oh my!
We told him to go to the bathroom, but he said the plants is my bathroom, and he said my mama don't care. So we put that out there in bold lettering that mama don't care. That's what he said that you said. Right. You know what I'm saying? So once you start putting the onus on them, all of a sudden that same kid become, oh yeah, little Bradley made honor roll third quarter. I don't know what changed. What changed is mama started giving it to them because the world could see it. Yeah.
And to bring it back to the money on this one is that like the kids, when they doing that, they not ready to add all this to a staffing cost cleanup time, and even legal risk now, right? So you go from
it costs
having
money.
like a space in a place in a designated person that would be certified to do some of this to now teacher got to touch everybody's ass and start wiping all kind of ass and all kind of stuff. And you know, they were never designated to have diaper changing centers around there. So it shifts the focus from actually teaching to like basic care, like daycare. It turns it into a daycare center rather than instruction. And so everybody else in that room is going to pay the cost and not get the instruction that they need, because now a quarter of your class, you got to change their damn diaper, and that's 40 minutes. You know,
are we saying that we should be advocating for laws then to hold parents more accountable? Or are we thinking on that? Because the next one.
No, why do you I'm gonna keep it funky with you. One of the best kindergarten teachers I knew on earth, I'm not gonna say her name, but she retired from teaching. She was overqualified to be a kindergarten teacher in the first place. But because of her extensive experience, man, day one, she literally was teaching basics. I'm talking about the first couple of weeks. Go to the bathroom, wash your hands, make sure you flush. Like, she did all of that stuff within the first month. Then she had to go into the alphabet. Then she goes into the, you know, the songs that they had to learn and stuff like that, and writing and all of that. So, and I'm like, why do you do that? She said, because she has to do that because a lot of times them kids, they either wasn't exposed to that type of learning. Parents really wasn't on them. And then on top of that, in a group setting, you know, little Chris is not going to let Charles get ahead of him. So they almost teach each other, because it's like, okay, he going to the bathroom, he ain't wetting his pants, so I'm definitely not going to wet my pants. And then it becomes like a whole little situation when everybody kind of self-corrects, if you will. But again, it starts at home. If you got everybody peeing themselves after COVID, that means during COVID, you just sitting in the house with a damn tablet. And the only thing you heard was, if you piss yourself, I'm taking your tablet. So what they do, they did whatever they had to do to keep their tablet. Then got to school, and now they sleeping on the damn mats, the dry mats that you change babies on or whatever. They got to sleep on those. And there's a few kids that actually went through that, because, you know, they might wet themselves in their sleep, but we talking about kids just sitting in the damn classroom pissing themselves. That's insane.
Yeah, like they cognizant of what's going on. They could raise their hand and say, teacher, I peed on myself. And you could have got up before then.
You know, and everybody had the I gotta and she didn't pay no attention, so you got up and ran out, and you might have wet your pants a little bit, got embarrassed, and you went and told your mama, well, I had my hand up, but she wouldn't call on me. So I left out the room and I wet myself a little bit. That happens, but just sitting there talking about some hey, guess what? I made a dookie. No, hell no.
You gotta get it.
Yeah.
My mama said you get paid to do that. Like,
my mama said this your job to wipe booty. Like, no, it's not her damn job.
Politics at the kitchen table. Big dreams stacked on the cable. Left, right, we label the fables. Still keep a love on the label. This that daily drip, baby.